Hello friends, it's Chromatic Sauce and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're gonna be watching me tattoo the first half of the color for Danny Phantom. Now I separated this because when I edited out, you know, this was a longer, bigger tattoo, so when I edited out all the blurry lines and like a little bit of the redundancies, I don't know, it's been a while since I edited it down, but it was a little bit long and I didn't want to fast forward it too much. So definitely let me know, give me input how you would like to see these videos presented. Would you like me to cut out more, keep it a little bit closer to 1x speed? I think it's 1.25 speed, so it's a little faster than normal. But I thought it would be more satisfying to watch like more of the like process as I talk about it. But definitely let me know, is it annoying that I'm splitting up this video into 3 parts? I feel like maybe, I don't know. I don't mind it. Let me know what you think. You're the viewers. I wanna hear what you guys have to say. And take it and do whatever I want, I guess. I can only do what I can do. Anyway, let's get on into the video, because I could yap forever. So if you saw the last Danny Phantom video, you saw me do the line work, obviously. I didn't do the same process as I've done... Wait, what am I talking about? I was gonna say that I didn't do it the same way that I did the Captain America or like Elsa or Iron Man, because I did those with stipple shading. This one, like I said, I wanted it to be more smooth shading, like more of like just a solid color tattoo. Especially since Danny Phantom's like body, he's already so dark, the stipple shading wouldn't really make sense for his body, you know what I mean? What the heck is going on? But yeah, the stipple shading wouldn't make too much sense with his body because his body's supposed to be like solid black kind of, and it's just like the glow of like the ghosts he's fighting or like his fisty stuff. It's just the glow of that. It's not really like, or I guess like, is the glow coming from Danny Phantom, or is that just the show's... Wait, I forget. It's been a while since I looked at the references. I don't know. They always have like a glow thing. So Danny Phantom's like, his outfit's black, and then he'll have like a teal glow or like a purple glow kind of thing. But I feel like usually the fire or whatever from his fist is usually teal from all the references I was looking at when I was like trying to draw this tattoo. But anyway, so his body had to be like solid black. So I was like, we're not going to do the black in a stipple shading like I tend to like to do. Like, I kind of like the texture of the stipple shading, but some things don't need that. And I felt like this one would be better off with like the solid black shading, because there's not going to be much else in the way of black shading besides like the inside of the ghost's mouth. Like, it's a cartoon character that has bold lines. That's enough black to give it structure, in my opinion. There's not too much like dynamic shading that like conveys a 3-dimensional shape or anything like that. Like basically the black with the glow highlight is good enough, I think. So I shaded Danny Phantom fully like solid black, leaving edges so I could add that glow later. Obviously I can't bring the black to the edge. You can see everywhere where I sort of left an edge. I frequently like to do that for most tattoos. I just feel like it makes things look glowier or brighter. And I don't frequently like when people like really, I feel like sometimes people too solidly fill like things with black. So I'm leaving space if I can, but I also like the waistband here. I'm like leaving it shadable and everything. I might have switched from black, because I don't know if I did black for the portal at the bottom. I don't know if I think I'm doing dark gray now. I have a dark gray, so it's dark. It's almost very close to black, but I think it's a little bit more of a purpley dark gray. I don't remember what color it was. I gotta come up with a system where I'm like, can tell you guys what color a little bit more, but that's not really my biggest concern. I more want to talk about like my process and what I want to do. So for the portal at the bottom, when I was shading, I kind of just wanted it to have some sort of luminosity. Like, I didn't want it to just be a flat color, so that's why I went in with the gray, just so it could have some highlight points and a little bit more depth in other parts. And then, I don't know, my hand's blocking, I can't even freaking see. Yeah, and you can see I have like shading around where the ghost is, so I feel like the glow around the ghost will have a more success with that little extra shading and all these light tones. We kind of need this structure. We need a little bit more structure with these darker tones, because the ghosts are ghosts, so besides their mouth and their eyes, there's no black, there's not too much like deepness or darkness. It's everything else that's setting off those colors. So Danny Phantom's outfit is like, is it supposed to be gray and black or white and black? Either way, it's always drawn with like a gray thing going on. Excuse me. Like, for example, his hair, it always is shaded with like grays and everything like that. So I use this gray to shade it, to shade everything that's light on him, because like I said, I want that deepness to set off those light colors. If I just filled it in with a light gray and then try to give it a highlight, the teal highlight's not gonna pop. The gray doesn't need to pop, but the highlight on the other side won't pop if there's no richness. Most tattoos need more saturation, more depth. I don't know. I especially look back at my tattoos, like after I do them, I'm always doing that to see where can I improve. And I've said in the past that like most of the time it's not saturation, it's the depth that I need. I always look back and I'm like, man, I could have used a darker color. So my tattoos over the past year have definitely changed a little bit. I've definitely gotten a little bit better at making sure I have the contrast where I need it. And like I said in the last video, I don't have like a ton of experience doing these colorful outlines. And my clients, I hope, know if anything heals different than they expect or weird at all, definitely come back for a touch-up. But like even these like green outlines, I'm like, could I have done a little bit darker for these green outlines? I don't know. I think I'm actually pretty happy with how the outlines healed, but there were some outlines, you'll probably see, I don't know if I did it in this video or the next one, but at the bottom of the tails of the ghosts, I outlined them, I think, in the same green, but then, or the same teal that I used for the inside of the portal. Either way, I wasn't really happy once I laid the green over that. So there's things that I look at of like, and I fixed it before she left that day. But even then, if it heals and it's like, we really need more contrast, like it's fading too much, I'd love to go back into it and stuff like that. But I'm always looking, I'm critical of most art that I do myself. So doing a tattoo, like even if I feel like it's my best tattoo to date, I'm looking at it, I'm looking at contrast. I'm like maybe I could have gone a little bit darker for like the outsides of the ghost, like things like that. I'm like being critical. I'm actually really happy with how this tattoo turned out though. There's not much besides like the tails, like those lines in the tails. They kind of faded into nothing, but it's okay because I don't think it necessarily needs those details. I don't know. I'm always like my own worst critic, so definitely, I don't know. If you guys want to be my worst critic, feel free. But, oh man, I've been forgetting to say, don't talk smack about my clients. No matter what, no matter who it is, no matter what they look like on the screen, no matter what tattoo they're getting, I will delete your client. Anyway, oh man, I feel bad I didn't say that for the other videos. But anyway, so going into contrast, even light areas, like even on like a face, you don't necessarily want to leave it like just a light skin color. Well, you might not always want it to be a light skin color anyway, but if it's a light skin color person you're drawing, you don't necessarily want all of their flesh, you don't want all of their flesh to be really pale and really light, because there's going to be nothing to set it off. There's not going to be anything in your design to punch it up. Like, the face is going to need shadows that's like rich enough to make the eyes pop, the highlight in the eyes, the highlight on the cheekbone. And you can see here I went in with like a deeper, more like burnt rusty color for part of the face, and that's just gonna, I just want every aspect of the tattoo to have a certain amount of dimension. So darker colors not only last in the skin a little bit better, but they set off all your lighter colors. And I also feel like darker colors can give your lighter colors more of a framework, where if you only had light colors, 10 years from now the tattoo would look like it doesn't have a ton of definition. But if you used really dark colors and light colors and different tones, then 10 years from now, even if the colors have faded a lot, there's still different tones. There's still dimensionality in the color. You know what I mean? So yeah, besides the blue highlight, the other side of his outfit that wasn't part of like the glow of the like teal highlight, I used like lighter purple. It was still pretty deep for the body, like a deeper, I don't know, maybe like a plummy kind of color, a little bit more purple than like a dusty plum. I don't know. Because I didn't want his outfit to just be just black. Like, I always want to add the extra element. Like I said, some people go too dark. They add too much black. I'd rather add more if I need, if the client's unhappy or whatever the case is. I'd rather add it after the fact. So I've been playing around with trying to do things like this, where it's like, even though this is black, it has something else to it. Like, it's not just black. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so I did that purple on his body. I did the orange on his face to set it off. This video is really consisting of more of the dark colors. So like I said, while that purple is lighter than the black, it's still gonna go and in your brain register as black. It's gonna register as a dark color because it's darker than all the other colors. So even though it's like a highlight on something dark, it's still pretty dark. It's still gonna be successfully looking like black without just being solid black and really heavy and dark. I feel like black's the thing that, like, it's the structure of the tattoo, but if there's too much black, like, the black is what's gonna make the tattoo look muddy or like too dark. It's possible to make the tattoo too dark with color, but black is what's gonna make the tattoo too dark. So I try to be stingy while I try to find a balance. It's such a challenge, but it's a fun challenge. And then you can see here what I mean by the green that I ended up shading the ghosts, kind of went over those lines, and I thought they would pop through more. And honestly, if I just left it, it might have healed through. I think I originally did it with the dark green, and then I went over it with the dark teal, like at the end, because I was like, you really can't see those details. But usually darker colors heal through the lighter colors. I don't know. Are you guys liking this sort of stream of consciousness? I feel all over the place, but I do feel like myself. I just want to talk. But yeah, so usually I'll do things like red, I'll do the darker greens. I'm getting into the lighter greens. We're getting towards the end of the video, but can you believe I have an even brighter, lighter green that I'm using on these bad boys? It's gonna be sweet. I really like bringing it from like a really, even though this green is actually not that deep of a green. Oh, here I am adding those lines. Even though this green is not that deep of a green, I felt like it matched more of the references that I saw. Like, I still wanted it to be bright and vibrant. Like I said, I didn't want it to be so dark that it was competing for like the focal point. So an even darker green definitely would have made the brighter parts of the ghost pop a little bit more. But like I said, they're not the main subject, so I think I'm okay with how light I made that darkest green. But even without that green being like a really dark, like foresty green or whatever, I wouldn't have done that dark. But even without that green being really dark and deep, it still sets off the, like, right now it's a skin tone, but it sets off that brighter color. So I think it's really cool. I hope it healed up well. I'm sure I'll see her eventually whenever she comes back for another tattoo. I think I don't know what the last step is. I'm doing like a darker teal. I'm gonna go into this with lighter colors too. If you want to see me tattoo the lighter colors, finish out this tattoo, I feel like it really pops at the end. Not of this video, of the next Danny Phantom color video. Definitely stay tuned and come watch that. I had so much fun designing this tattoo and getting to tattoo it. I don't always get to do sort of whatever I want, even when I get to do color. So it was really nice. Well, it's nice having clients that trust you and are willing to let you kind of do whatever. Even her, she's like, only Danny Phantom or Avatar: Last Airbender. It wasn't like she's signing up for creative freedom, whatever I want. But she was like, creative freedom, like she's down. Like if you like your tattoo artist or whatever, like give them the freedom to do kind of whatever they want. And the concept here was just Danny Phantom, you know, like, but you could even give me a concept that's like, what else? Wait, what's another character? Like Homer Simpson eating a donut, but it doesn't have to be anything specific, you know, like that would be really cool to like design something where I can like have my glowy elements that I like and like have the shading that I like, but it's not like a direct copy of the shading from the cartoon. Like I'm able to add a little bit more dimensionality. I don't know. Anyway, I've been yapping on long enough. We didn't even finish the tattoo yet, so definitely, like I said, come back for the second half of the color so you can see the finished product. Head to my website, like I said, chromaticsauce.com, if you want to see more of my work or if you want to get tattooed by me. Definitely book an appointment. I'd love to tattoo my YouTube watchers. That'd be so sweet. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you. See you in the next one. Bye!